Hello, we're back. It's Minisode 6, probably. And basically,
You goofed.
yeah, I done goofed. And I forgot to check. Well, okay, so we have this thing where people could send in voice messages, so like recordings of themselves asking us a question. And normally we'd get an email every time we got one. And so I would just wait until I got an email to see one coming in. But then for some reason the email stopped coming in. So I didn't check it for, I guess, like 2 months. And we haven't answered any of the questions. So we've got loads. We're going to just do them all in this mini-sode. Some of them were like meant for other episodes where we had a specific topic. But yeah, we're just going to bash through them.
Catch up.
Yep. And from this point on, I'll always check. The first one is from somebody called Merlin Theme Parks UK. So I guess all the parks got together.
Yep.
Sent us a little voice message. Here it is.
Hi, Harry and Zoe. I was wondering, if you could take one ride from Thorpe Park and put it in Alton Towers, what would it be? Great podcast, by the way.
What was it? One ride from...
If you could take one ride from Thorpe Park and put it in Alton Towers, what would it be?
The Swarm. I know what yours would be, though.
What would mine be?
Mine's definitely the Swarm. Yours would be Saw. Actually, I don't know, because Saw is like the Smiler, but worse. So maybe you would want the Swarm.
I don't know.
Or Tidal Wave.
No.
Oh.
Don't like Tidal Wave.
Is
I
it
don't know.
hard to think about?
Yeah, just because I'm not really overly bothered. Like,
none
the
of
Swarm
them
would
you'd
be
want.
a good one to have, but it doesn't really fit too well.
Why?
Just big. It's too big.
Yeah, but this is a dream world.
Yeah. Darren Brown's Ghost Train would be cool.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I like that ride.
That's true.
I don't know, yeah, I think it's quite difficult. I don't think Thorpe and Alton Towers are particularly compatible when it comes to transferring rides. Like, it would make more sense to put one of the flat rides Thorpe has into Towers rather than, a coaster or anything. So
That's true.
I don't know.
But I'd still want the Swarm.
Yeah.
Just because I like it.
That's fair.
And then that means, because that's basically the only thing I like at Thorpe Park.
Yeah.
So that means I don't have to go there anymore. Okay, next one. From Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam from Alabama in the United States. And before we get into the questions, I just want to say how much I love your channel. Love what you guys do, and I can't wait to see great things from you guys in the future. Anyways, my first question is, what is your highest anticipated bucket list park in terms of theming and operations? And on the other side of the spectrum, what is your highest bucket list park in terms of rides? So they might just have really shitty theming and operations, but have really good rides. And with coasters, what do you think is going to be the best coaster? Like, in terms of bucket list coasters, what do you think is going to be the best themed and immersion and everything like that? And what do you think is going to be the best in terms of like ride quality, like just the bare layout and ride and everything about it? So yeah, I really love what you guys do with the podcast and all the videos, and I can't wait to see great things for you guys in the future.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks for the message, Sam. So, we really appreciate the kind words about, the channel and everything. It really means a lot, and it's people like you who continuously send us nice feedback that makes us want to keep doing it. So
Love it.
Anyway, to answer your questions, we're going to quickly bang them out because I think we did really speak about this in another podcast now, but bucket list park in terms of theming. I mean, I don't know if you got one, Zoe?
Disney Sea.
Yeah, I'd probably say Disney Sea as well, or just some of the Disney parks. I think Disney is definitely up there in terms of theming. But for me, bucket list parks in terms of rides probably has to be the Six Flags Magic Mountain or Cedar Point. I don't know. I'd probably lean towards Cedar Point a little bit more, just because I'd want to see what Steel Vengeance is like. I'd want to know if it is as good as people say it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more just like coasters in it. So, but then best themed coaster bucket list wise, I really want to get on Hagrid bike.
Yeah.
I think that could be one of the best story-driven roller coasters so far, if not the best story-driven roller coaster.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'd love to get on that. I think that would be very cool. And best pure coaster, just the layout-wise. Many people say Steel Vengeance is really great, and I'd love to see if it was. But then I'd also love to get on Agent Ica, which is the 4D coaster in Japan. That looks mental. So
Yeah.
I'd probably personally lean to more towards Agent Ica just because it's so crazy and different. But yeah, no, there you go. Those are the answers.
Sam also sent us this.
Hello, I'm here to talk about Blackpool Pleasure Beach. And I really don't think it should be the icon of UK theme parks because it just looks kind of crappy and crummy, and it's not really that good looking. Like like it's so iconic, but it just doesn't look that great. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to say, and I really like your videos, and yeah.
I see where you're coming from. Blackpool as a town is very tacky. As a place, it's very tacky, and Blackpool Pleasure Beach is just an extension of that. It isn't the nicest looking place because most of it's really old, and it's just really old and tacky. But Blackpool,
But that's the whole point of Blackpool.
it is the whole point, and Blackpool Pleasure Beach has been changing that. With Icon. Icon isn't tacky and old; it's very much modern and good looking. It looks really nice. So they're obviously capable of doing it, and it does seem like they're making steps towards trying to be less tacky and less crappy looking. I do think in the future, give it enough years, Blackpool will start to phase out of really old crap retro and more into kind of keeping the retro feel alive, but through nicer looking things. You can have both. You don't have to have crap tacky retro. You can, or super modern. You can have something that's in between, which like Liseberg has, where it still feels like it has some of that heritage, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I do reckon Blackpool can get to that point, but
Yeah, but I see what you mean. At the minute, it's disgusting.
time. They need time and money. We'll see. We'll see where it takes them.
Next up is Freddy.
So hi, my name's Freddy. If you had to choose one of the best bucket list parks to do sort of in the area down where Europa Park is and Holiday Park, if you had to choose one of the best parks to do down there, because I'm going on holiday there next year, best parks, if you just had to do one, which best park would it be apart from Europa Park? I know it's about bucket list rides and parks, but what do you think the best park is in Germany? Because I'm just going there, so I didn't want to know which parks to go to. And apart from Thorpe Park and Alton Towers, which are the best parks in England to go to? Thanks.
So we got more rapid fire questions.
Yes.
Thank you, Freddie. So, best bucket list park around Germany? Around Europa Park.
What's even there?
There are two that I can think of. You
Okay.
have Holiday Park, which he said. You also have Tripsdrill. Holiday Park doesn't look like it's a very nice park. It doesn't look. It looks particularly empty. They do have one of the world's best coasters, arguably, which is Expedition G-Force,
Okay,
and that's
I've
their
heard of
standout
that.
coaster. Tripsdrill is a much kind of nicer park to be at. They have a Caraco, which is a launched infinity coaster, which is meant to be very good as well. Not
Right.
quite as up there as Expedition G-Force. So really, it depends. Do you want to ride one outstanding coaster in a park that's okay, or do you want to have a nice overall theme park experience with several lesser good roller coasters? That's what you got to weigh up. So it's a difficult situation.
I mean, that's for Freddy to decide.
That is for Freddy to decide. Best park in Germany. I haven't been to Europa Park in a few years, but I would say Europa Park is they've got so much now, and they're such a variety park. They've got a lot to do, a lot to see. The theming's all great. It's a really nice park to be in. So for me, it just has to be Europa Park.
But what about Phantasialand?
Yeah, Phantasialand is missing a few things. I think Phantasialand has the potential to become the best. They need to remove some more of that older stuff. The older rides at Fantasyland are pure garbage. The newer rides are fantastic. So once they start phasing out more of the older ones and having these fantastic rides like Terran, Ankloheim, like Black Mamba,
Rake.
like Talakan, Rake, all of that, Chia Pass.
Yeah.
When they've got more of those, it has potential. But right now, I think they've still got some work to do.
All in good time.
All in good time. And then finally, the best UK parks, other than Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, you've obviously got Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which is roller coaster haven of just purely different types of roller coasters. There's so many unique rides at Blackpool that you won't find anywhere else in the UK or even Europe. So
Yeah.
Blackpool is the place to go in terms of the other main theme park. It isn't really a theme park, but amusement park in the UK.
Okay, next up is Owen.
Hi, Harry and Zoe. I was wondering if you could create any new coaster type, what would it be like and who would manufacture it? Thanks.
What? Are we meant to come up with a new coaster?
I've got one. It's not new, but I know what would be good.
Wait.
What?
Like a new type of coaster?
Yeah, a new type of coaster. That's it. It's so hard to think about, right? So I'm gonna be a bit of a cop out and say,
Are you cheating?
yeah, I want B&M to make the 4D coaster. I want
That
B&M.
doesn't count.
I want B&M to make X2, basically.
No, because there's
counts.
already a 4D coaster.
Yeah, but it's a 4D coaster that's made by the wrong company.
No, that
I want
doesn't
B&M
count.
to make their own, invent their own 4D coaster that's just better, right? Because if any company's going to do it well, it would be B&M. They've already got the wing coaster, just slight modification, boom, you're done. What? Can you think of a coaster type?
I'm just trying to make up a new coaster type
It's
right
so
now.
hard,
How about, okay, come with me on this journey. You have, as a launch, like a trebuchet type thing, right? So like on Mario Kart, on that one where you have to ping and it sends you over to like land on the next bit of path.
Yeah.
We're doing that. So it's like a bobsled ride, but you like start off by literally like being flung across the sky, and then you land on the path and you do the ride.
Yeah, no, that's impossible.
It's called.
Can't do that.
It's called the catapult.
Can't do that.
Yeah, it's better than yours.
It's, mine's
Better than yours.
realistic.
You didn't even answer the question.
Mine's realistic. Anyway, there you go, Owen. So we came up with some crap that can't ever be done. I gave you a good answer.
Imagine if you met somebody from the year 1800 and you went, listen, mate.
Yeah.
One day they're going to make a 4D coaster and they'll be like, that's not possible, mate.
But they don't even know what a coaster is.
Exactly. You don't even know what this catapult thing is yet because you're not as advanced as me.
Okay, next one.
Just so you wait, mate. Guess who's next? It's your boy Jamie.
Hey guys, it's your boy Jamie. I'm currently in the airport, so cookies or brownies? Cheers.
Cookies or brownies?
Go on, you go first with this.
Brownies? That's not even a question, mate. Brownies.
It's hard.
It's not hard, it's brownies.
Yeah, but a good cookie can be really good.
Nah.
But then a good brownie can also be really good.
Good brownie can beat a good cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Good.
There you go. Brownie
Good.
Jamie.
Team brownie. Okay. Next up is DigiDan.
Do you think it would be a good idea for Thorpe Park to build a hotel off the shores of the island to replace the Shark Hotel?
We've never been to the Shark Hotel.
No, but I do think it would be a good idea for Thorpe Park to get a proper hotel.
Okay.
I think as much as people hate the fact that, like Merlin Parks just shove out accommodation like it's no one's business, it's a good strategy to making a stable resort in terms of, money.
Mm-hmm.
If you have accommodation, then it's a whole other source of income. So if things aren't going too well, you have that to fall back on.
Yeah.
I really do think that Thorpe, at some point, will try and build a proper hotel. I think a proper hotel would just be nice to have
It's
instead
kind of mad that they don't have one.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Like all of the other Merlin parks in the UK have hotels, if not several. You know.
Does Chesington
Yep.
and Legoland?
And Legoland.
Because I was going to say maybe it's because it's so close to London.
Legoland has two. I think Chesington might have two, but I'm not too sure.
Maybe it's because
Even Warwick is on-site accommodation. That's not a bit different, but it's not like.
I've cracked it though.
What?
It's because families don't go to Thorpe Park.
No, it's because Thorpe Park have no space.
But families don't go to Thorpe Park, so they don't really need accommodation. Because accommodation is for like families, you know, like.
Not necessarily.
The highest proportion of like age group or like categories would be families that stay in the hotels.
Yeah. I agree. But you just have to make a hotel that's tailored towards that. You know, rather than big family rooms, have more smaller, cheaper other options. You know, I really do believe Thorpe Park wanted to build a hotel at some point. They did have plans. I'm
clearly it's not like.
Well, they've got
not
better,
vital.
They've got better things to think about right now. But
they should get some rides first of all. Some good rides, please.
But yeah, it's just I really do think they built the Shark Hotel for space. There's not enough space on the island for a proper hotel. That's why Dan said offshore. They would have to build it offshore, and their original plans was to build a hotel offshore.
Well, it makes sense anyway, because it's not far, is it? It's not an island in the middle of the ocean.
No. But there you go, Dan. There's the answer. Yes.
Next up is Oscar.
Hi, Zoe and Harry. It's Oscar here. I'd just like to ask you this question. Do you like riding roller coasters backwards? And if so, what examples of this do you have? Thanks, guys. Lots of love.
Hi, Oscar. Thanks for the question. Jeez. Anyway, to be serious, Zoe, backwards coasters, what do you think?
I've only done the Swarm.
Yeah, I don't know whether he meant more like rides that only go backwards or whether he meant...
that's the only time I've been on a ride backwards.
No, you haven't.
What else have I done?
Rake goes backwards.
That doesn't
Ben
count though,
backwards.
does it?
This is it. I don't know what he means by... If you mean traverse... Let's go with he means you only go backwards.
Only backwards?
Only backwards. So you got the Swarm.
Yeah, the Swarm.
What do you think about the Swarm?
I mean, if you couldn't go forwards, I'd be hacked off. But the fact that you can also choose to go forwards is like, that's cool because then you can choose what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's good to mix it up with going backwards. But, like I say, I wouldn't be happy if it just went backwards.
I was not a fan of the Swarm backwards. I thought it was crap. Utter crap.
Yeah, but...
It ruined the whole ride for me.
Yeah.
Like, all of the near misses were gone. Because you couldn't see where you were going, it just felt like you were always just floating. Which...
Yeah, but I quite like that.
Yeah, to some degree, but I don't know, it kind of just took all of the surprise out.
The bits you liked.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
This is the thing. The thing about Swarm is that I like is that you literally just chilling, like flying.
Yeah.
So for me, it doesn't matter if you go backwards or forwards because you're just floating. But I guess for you, you like the fact that it...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that there's like near misses and stuff.
I'm trying to think of other rides that are backwards.
Nobody seems to do it.
No, they don't.
I guess because it's a rubbish idea.
Yeah. I mean, there's DC Rivals. The back row of DC Rivals is backwards.
Okay.
And then obviously you got the new Ghost Infinity that's going to have the backwards option.
Is that the one with the buttons?
Yeah.
See, that's exciting because then once you choose, so this is the one where you press, everybody gets to vote backwards or forwards and then the car decides based on that. And that would be exciting going backwards because it'd be like, oh my god, everybody voted to go back. Do you know what I mean?
It would be cool, very cool.
There's an extra element of stuff there.
Yeah.
Meh, not a fan though.
No, I'm not a huge fan of going backwards on rides, to be fair.
Take it or leave it.
Yep.
Okay, this one is from Tony and it's our last one.
Hi guys. It's Tony. I have a question for each of you, which you have asked, but I don't think you two have been asked before. If you could make any coaster with any theme, what would it be? Mine would probably be a launched Gerstallauer Infinity Coaster. With the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse story. It would be heavily themed in the queue, attraction building, and station, probably located in the UK. What would yours be?
Why didn't he just type that out?
I don't know. I don't know why you just wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with your voice, you know? You don't have to use text-to-speech, you know? Everyone's got a nice voice. You probably, like, some people listen to their own voice and go, oh, it's terrible, but you just get used to it, so, you know, it's fine. Your own voice is good. Don't use text-to-speech. Voice, yes.
Clues in the name, voice message.
Indeed. To answer your question, though, I mean, your idea is pretty cool, actually. I think a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse themed coaster would be pretty awesome. I like that. So, do you have any idea of what coaster type you'd want?
What's Helix again?
It's a Mac launch coaster.
Okay, I want one of them.
Yeah.
But as a Disney ride.
What theme?
Guess what theme?
Tangled.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how would you incorporate that into the Tangled? Like
just
escaping?
hold on. Just hold on.
Yeah.
Don't know where the station would be, but it'd be quite high up on like a hill. And then do you know the scene in Tangled, like obviously the tower that she's in, and there's like a meadow around it, and then there's like trees around it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's that setting for the coaster.
Mm-hmm.
So the car like goes through the tower at one point, like through the window, and then it goes like all around the field and everything. So that's the setting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else am I meant to? That's it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I know what ride I'd have. I'd have also a Gerst Infinity, but it would start with a vertical lift hill, which this isn't actually possible.
That sounds familiar.
This isn't actually possible, but it would start with a vertical lift hill, enclosed vertical lift hill, because they're pretty cool.
That also sounds familiar.
Then it would have a 90-degree drop, and then it would do a layout. I really reckon it would be quite cool to have a layout that's like a hypercoaster layout with huge airtime hills, but interlaced with a lot more kind of normal layout style.
Mm-hmm.
So, say you come out of this huge building, you do two massive airtime hills, then it's low to the ground. You complete a bit of this, then straight into a launch to carry on the momentum. More of a layout continuing close to the ground, and you come to the end. I'd have multiple inversions in it, multiple sustained airtime hills on it. I don't know what theme though. I'm trying to think of a theme that I really think has potential. It's so hard to try and think of a theme because I'd want a theme that's unique.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want one that's overdone. You know, as much as like a castle or village theme is nice and cool, I wouldn't want it to be that obvious. Something like the Smiler where it's just outright mad, or Wicker Man where it's crazy. I'd want something like that. Something that's a draw in itself, you know?
Yeah.
But it's too hard to think of off the bat.
And that's all the questions.
Yeah, so we won't do this again. We'll keep up to date with the next one. So
yeah,
please do, keep sending these in, and in future we'll put them in the right episodes and
I'll sort my life out.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.